Rosh Hashanah Daf Lamed Aleph. How's everybody doing? We're going to go through the different shir shel Yom that we say every day after Shachris. On Sunday we say L'Hashem ha'aretz u'mlaya, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu acquired the world, then He gave it over to humanity, but He rules the world. He's the only one ruling the world because it was the first day. The Malachim were only created on the second day. The shir shel Yom on Monday we say Gadol Hashem, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu divided the Rekia, the top and the bottom, and He rules the upper Shemayim. On Tuesday we say Elohim Nitzav, that Hashem revealed the earth so that humans could live on planet Earth. On Wednesday we say Kel Nekamis, Hashem. That is, Hashem created the moon and the sun, but people started worshiping them, and Hashem is going to punish them. On Thursday we say Harninu, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu says humans will give praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu when they see these beautiful birds and the creatures that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created. And on Friday we say Hashem Malach. That's it. Creation is complete. Hashem rules the world. On Shabbos we say Mizmor Shel Yom Shabbos, and we have a machlokes. Reb Nechemia says literally Hashem was shayvas. He stopped working. He took a break. And in the future, after 6,000 years, we're going to have 2,000 years, 2 days, 2,000 years of Shvisa. But according to Rabbi Kiva, we say Mizmor Shel Yom Shabbos on the future, on that one day. It's only 1,000 years, the one day that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to take a rest. The world is going to take a rest. In Musaf Shabbos every week we say a parsha, one parsha of Hazinu, like the aliyahs of the Torah in Hazinu, and we say Haziv Lach. It's broken down 6 psukim and then 8 psukim. In Mincha we say Az Yasher Moishe, then we say Micha Meicha, and one week we say Az Yashi Yisrael. In the first Beis HaMikdash, HaKadosh Baruch Hu traveled, so to speak, the Shechina traveled 10 times. From the Kapiris to one of the Kruvim, from that Kruv to the second Kruv, to the threshold, then to the Azar between the Ulam and the Mizbeach, then to the Mizbeach itself, then to the roof of the Heichal, then to the wall of the Azar, then to the city of Yerushalayim, then to Har HaZeisim, then to the desert. And He was there for 6 months giving us a chance to do tshuva, and then He said, Tipach Nafsham. In the second Beis HaMikdash, corresponding to the 10 times that HaKadosh Baruch Hu traveled Kaviyachol in Galus, Sanhedrin had to go in Galus. And this we know from tradition. They went from Lishkas Hagazes, which was a chamber within the Azara. They went to Chanus, they went to storefronts, and that's where they stopped dealing with Dini Nefashas. There were just too many murderers, they couldn't deal with it anymore. From there they went to Yerushalayim. From Yerushalayim they went to Yavna. That's where we're talking about Rabbi Yochanan and Zakkai, made his takanas. From there to Usha they went twice, Shafram, and Beis Sha'arim, that's where Rebbe was, Tzipayri, then to Tveria, and Tveria was the worst of them all. And according to Rebbe Eliezer, it wasn't 10 Golios, there was only 6 Golios. But Klai Yisrael is going to be redeemed from that dust. Says the Mishnah, there are additional takanas from Rabbi Yochanan and Zakkai, that the Eidim, the Eidah Chodesh, don't have to follow the head of the Bezdin. Let's say he goes on a vacation somewhere, they don't have to follow him. They just have to go to the Makom Vad, to the place where the Bezdin gathers, and give their testimony, because we don't want them to not show up next time when they see the moon. We don't want to make it hard on them. However, when it comes to a borrower, as it says in the pasuk, Eved Loiva Lish Malva, they're literally a slave to the people that they borrow from, so they do have to go after the Rav, the Bezdin, to a fireplace. The second takana was that a kohen should not wear shoes when he's duchening the Siyas Kapayim. And third of all, when a ger becomes a ger, he needs a milah, tefillah, but he said he doesn't have to put money on the side for carbon when there's no karbanas, because people might come to use the money, it'll be a takala. The fourth thing is that after the Churban, you don't have to go all the way to Yerushalayim with your Peris Revai, that's the fruit of the 4th year. Some say it's only grapes, fruit. And there was a minhag, there was a takana, that if you lived within the daytime of Yerushalayim, you have to go with all your fruit so that Yerushalayim will be full of fruit. But once the Churban Abayis, so the marketplace was desolate anyway, so there's no reason to bring the fruit. According to Rav Papa, Rabbi Zakkai was a Talmud at that time, yet he came up with this idea that in the time of the Mikdash, they would take a red garment and put it in the Heichal, and sometimes it would become white when they threw the Azazel off the cliff. He said, first let's put it in the Ulam inside, so people shouldn't see it, but people started peeking. So they said, let's put it over there by the Azazel, put it on a rock. And his Rebbe said that this takana was done by Rebbe Yochanan ben Zakkai, even though he was just a Talmud then. The Gemara tells us, very interesting, Rebbe Yochanan ben Zakkai, the first 40 years of his life, he worked, then the next 40 years he learned, and his final 40 years, he lived to be 120, the final 40 years he taught Torah. Have a wonderful day.